It's Tuesday, March 22nd, 2018. Now, in case you're wondering, that guy seems Australian. Well, I'm not. I just wanted to do it that way because I say the date at the beginning of every single video for references, because I'm all about references. It's brighter again. It's like the light I'm using it. So, this is the Thursday show, which is Nostalgia Trippin'. Now, I know I have a very popular series out there of the toy cars in the box. It's 3 videos, gotten about 6 views, so it's a massive success. But I know I said there was going to be a part 4. Part 4 is kind of, it's not all that interesting. Maybe I'll release it as a bonus video someday, just like, look what I discovered. I still have this video and I haven't released it. Maybe I'll do that when I have 100 subscribers and then maybe more than 2 people will watch it. I don't know. But I thought, I don't want to do that. I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about my story of Grand Theft Auto Vice City. That's right, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I don't have the game anymore. Okay, story's over. Sorry. So, short video. So, with all that being said, no, I'm kidding. We're going to go a little further. When I got the original Grand Theft Auto 3, a buddy of mine at work recommended it. I knew the original Grand Theft Auto games. They kind of had this top-down view, and every time I saw reviews of them or anything, they didn't look like games I'd really want to play. And then Grand Theft Auto 3 came out. And a friend of mine at work said, have you played Grand Theft Auto 3? I said, no, I haven't played it. Don't know what it is. And he started telling me about all the stuff you could do. He says, oh, you can go anywhere, you can drive anywhere, you can take people out of their cars, you can beat them up, you can pull them out of their cars, and then they can get up and pull you out of your car and beat you up. And I'm going, well, I don't know if that's as much fun, but it does sound fun to beat up people and take up their cars. Not in real life. Don't do that in real life. But in the game, it sounded like a ton of fun. He said you could go to airports. He said you could, do all these missions, and there were guns, and there were, 3D graphics, and it was an open world that you could explore and go anywhere you wanted. And I thought, oh, I want to play that. So I went out and I got it. And I played it, and I loved it. I finished the game. I beat the whole thing. I did all the side missions I could. I loved the game. So then in October 27th of 2002, Grand Theft Auto Vice City came out. Now, I loved Grand Theft Auto 3, probably in my top 2 or 3 games on the PlayStation 2 of all time. Loved the game. So, Vice City, had to get it. Grand Theft Auto Vice City was the first time I ever decided, you know what? I am going to schedule the day off from work to play this game. It's the first time I ever did that. This is the first time a game ever I was so excited about that. It's like, I'm going to get this thing as soon as I can, and I'm going to go home, and I'm just going to play it for hours. I don't want to be bothered by going to work. I'm just going to get the game, go home, and play it. So a buddy of mine did the same thing. So on October 27th, 2002, we had done our pre-order, went to GameStop, picked it up. And then we drove back, and we actually went over to his house to play the game. It was a real snowy day. It was not a good day. So it was a good thing that I had, actually, I'm trying to think of the vehicle I had at the time. Probably in 2002, I had my Ford Thunderbird. So that's not a good snow car at all. I think he had a 4-wheel drive, but it was a bad snowy day. I mean, it was a heavy, wet snow. It was a miserable day. So it was another good day to stay home from work, but we were going out in this crap so that we could go get a video game. And we got the video game back to took it back to his house, popped it in, started playing it. Of course, immediately, what are we looking for online? Cheat codes. We want infinite ammo. We want infinite health. We want to change the weapon sets. We want all that stuff. So we're trying to find the codes. Well, we can't find the codes online. Remember, this is 2002. Online wasn't as fluid as it is now. Online was still pretty clunky. Nowadays, if something comes out within minutes, boom, it's up on the internet. Back then, you had to wait a little bit. You had to wait until everything was discovered, and you had to wait until everybody kind of put it all together, and then you had to find the websites that had it. YouTube wasn't really a huge thing. There wasn't like a lot of people that would just sit there. Back in the day, somebody would have found the cheat codes, did a YouTube video, you would have watched that and got the codes. Or it would have been on GameFAQs or something else, like almost immediately. But it didn't happen. So we're looking all over the internet, and then they tell you that it's like if you buy a certain box set of music, the codes were contained within. And it's this box set right here. The Grand Theft Auto Vice City official soundtrack box set. Okay? I'll let you look at it. Look at all that. There you go. There's all the little things. There's all the stations and the song lists from every CD. Those are some of the pictures of the DJs. It is a total of 7 discs. 7 discs. You have your wave, which is your new age music, I guess. You had your here, I'll show you this. I can't remember what all these stations were, but if you look at some of the songs, Tears for Fears, this is more of your 80s actual pop stuff. This guy was the love songs. This was your more of your pop punky stuff with her, more of your probably top 40. This was your rap guy. That was your rap station. This actually, that one was your Spanish love songs. No, this is your Spanish one. So what did he do? What was this one guy? He was Flamingo. He was Emotion. Oh, this was just R&B. This was an R&B guy. And then this was the Spanish station. You had the Spanish music. And then you had your rock music with Laszlo. So we heard that within that box set, there were the cheat codes. So in the snow, we went to a store to buy this box set so that we could get the cheat codes. So we go to the store. We find out that thing cost $100. It was $99.99 or it was $89.99. It was either $90 or it was $100. But I figured I'll eat that cost because I looked at the music list that were on them and I liked a lot of the songs, and it was from the 80s. That's my era. So I was going to like a lot of the songs. So I thought I'll take the hit for the team. I'll spend the money and I'll buy this thing because I want the cheat codes too, and I kind of want the CDs. So we get home. And we get back to his house and we start looking through it. And we go, okay. That tells us something about the channel. It has Laszlo talking. Yippee skippy. Right here, this is your song list. There's your song list. Both sides, like, oh, okay. It's on the back of the CD. It's on the back of the box. So we go to the last page. It's just a picture. Well, where's the codes? Well, let's go to this page. If you read right here, basically what they tell you is you have to go to this website with the disc in your computer. It will run the disc and spit you out a code. Well, guess what? The internet wasn't very fast. And so there were literally thousands of people all at the same time trying to get those codes. So of course the site was crashing. It was clunky. It wasn't moving very well. You kept having to refresh the page. It was exhausting. And when we finally just got frustrated and said, screw it, we're not going to do it. We'll just play the game normal and we'll wait. But we went back out in that snow just so that we could get this CD set, so that we could get all of the cheat codes that we thought were just going to be sitting inside these discs. We thought all we'd have to do is open them up and get the codes. Oh, Rockstar, you fooled us. Because that's not where they were. You had to go online. We tried to go online when everybody else was going online. In 2002, the internet wasn't as strong, as fast, or or as basically as sophisticated as it is now. So we were very disappointed. But we took the entire day off from work and played the game the whole day, and then basically waited until the next day so that we could do the same thing. The next day, I think the codes did finally get up, so we were able to do it the next day. But it was a good time, because it's like a buddy of ours then came over later because he actually went to work. Sucker. He actually went to work. We had already been playing it all day. He went to work, came over to the house to play it with us. So we're all just sitting around, and it's like my buddy's wife is just like, there's three dorks sitting downstairs playing a video game, and they didn't go to work for this. Well, two dorks that didn't. The one dork did go to work, which we thought he was a dork for doing that, so he was more dorky than us. Take that, dorkier. But that's my story about Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Not much about the game, because actually I was disappointed in the game. It's sold over 17, to this date, it's sold over 17 million copies. It's a very successful game. But I was actually disappointed in it. It is widely considered to be the best of the Grand Theft Auto series. Now, I don't know, 5 may have kind of surpassed it a little bit, but this was considered the best game at the time. Grand Theft Auto Vice City did everything bigger and better. And the graphics were better. I didn't like Vice City, though. I liked Liberty City a lot better, because Liberty City felt more, I don't know, it just felt more organic. Vice City felt very cheap, and it was too flat. I remember just jumping cars all over the place in Liberty City, and so many places to just get air. In Vice City, it didn't feel that way. It felt like the city was just very flat. And of course, that was back in the day when you first get Grand Theft Auto 5, you jump into the game and you can go anywhere you want to go. Back in Grand Theft Auto Vice City, you had to open up the islands. So you had to progress through the game so that you could open up the islands that made up Vice City. So there was always some story, it's like, well, the bridges are out and you can't get to the other little parts of Vice City. And it's like, come on. And of course, I don't think your characters could swim. I don't think your characters could swim almost until like Grand Theft Auto 4. Or maybe CJ could swim in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. But I just remember swimming. It's like you dump Claude, who was the main protagonist in Grand Theft Auto 3, into the water. He died. It was always the worst thing. And so if you couldn't just swim across the other islands. Well, if you had an invincibility code, you couldn't swim, but you could float across. The current would eventually take you across. It took a long time. But me and my buddy, we put our character in the water and we were invincible. So, we weren't going to die. And he eventually just kept moving away from the shore. And then he was just moving, and it's just water for a while. Then all of a sudden on the other side, you start to see the land coming to. So he eventually floated his way over. And as soon as you touch land on the other side, 5-star wanted level, and just all hell breaks loose. Same way in Vice City. If you get the cheat codes, you could just float back over across. But yeah, the Grand Theft Auto games are fun. But I like 3 better than I like Vice City. I always say I should go back and play Vice City again, because I think if I played it now, I think I would probably enjoy it a lot more. I just think I was so disappointed by the flatness of Vice City that it's like it just stopped me from playing. I don't know why. It's a weird reason to stop playing a game. It's too flat. Your world is flat. There's not enough hills and jumps for me to go, wee, jerks. I'm not playing it. I'm just going to spend $100 on 7 CDs and then $60 on the game. But that's it, $160. And I'm not going to enjoy the game. Oh, that'll show you, Rockstar. So, with all that being said, to the troops, past, present, and future, thanks for the freedom.